Today we'll be covering marketing calendar and journey builder. So marketing calendar, let's get into the org. Has anyone used marketing calendar before over here?
No.
Haven't. So that's the option, calendar on top. What is a calendar? Calendar is nothing but everybody uses over here Outlook.
Yes.
So you know Outlook calendar, correct? So
Yes.
this activity is just like if you draw a parallel with Microsoft Outlook, this is just like their Outlook calendar. The difference between this and that is it gives your Outlook calendar gives you a view of how's the week for you in terms of all the meetings, appointment, etc., activities, tasks, etc., etc. Similar philosophies applies to over here in calendars. What is a calendar? Calendar shows you all the activities and tasks in Salesforce. It means basically all the emails, that all the mobile content that has been pushed out, it's supposed to be pushed out or already has been pushed out, all those things in one single place. Okay, now the reason behind this is, so in general when a email for email marketing company, they have multiple campaigns running at the same time. Okay, so once they have those campaigns and different people, remember I spoke to you about business units initially.
Yes.
Business units is nothing but the way different organizations get set up in your marketing cloud. So if that is the case, then how do you do that? So over here right now, if right now it's not coming because if you remember, we have only one business unit. Otherwise, there would be a list of it over here. And on the left hand side, you basically get an option to select business unit. If you have that access to that business unit, you'll get an option on the left hand side along with this as well. So this is one place where you can see, if you have access to those other business units, what all campaigns and events are basically planned in the future or in the past has been done. Okay, and the message type that are associated with this are of these types: emails, automated ones, all the mobile related data, the campaigns that are running, events. So these are all the activities, if you see, not technically, but these are all the activities that are getting performed in the whole, in this case, month. I just selected month over here. So in the whole month, these are the activities that are performed, they will be performed, sorry. So this gives you a holistic view of what all is happening in your business unit as well as the other business units in which you are working, so that you can coordinate. So now you don't want a situation wherein you are running a campaign and another business unit is also running a campaign, something similar. They are sending an email based related to something that you are doing. Okay, so that is the primary reason for calendar, wherein you see a dashboard of what is the status of all your campaigns, email sends at one single place. Okay, so now if you see, you can obviously from just like Outlook calendar, you can add campaigns and events from here. I'll come to that as well, but you can do those activities as here as well. If you hover over here, what are the emails that are supposed to go on this 9th of this month, or rather have gone 9th of September. Let's say if you come over here, these are all the emails that are supposed to go on which, what is the date, 20th, or rather again I'm wrong, which is the next future date, 27th. Let's say over here. So this is the campaign that I had created. So this is supposed to run on 27th of this month. These are the 51, is it a big number? Okay, these are the other activities that if you come down, click over here and come down, it'll show you all the related data for that email at one single place. From there on, you can move into that specifically and then dig in the details. Oh, closed it, sorry. So from there on, you can do that stuff as well. So it's more from a campaign management perspective, wherein you want to see what all campaigns are running parallelly in the future, in the past, all those data at one single place. So that is the whole idea behind calendars. Okay, so I'm not sure Email Studio has most of your priority. You will be using that one too much, but this is something that will be helpful more from a planning perspective, marketing campaigns planning perspective. Okay, so there's one thing that I wanted to share with you. Apart from that, just for your knowledge, these are not all the things that are getting populated. There are certain things which don't get populated in the calendar, so I'll just pass you on that link. So if you want, if you're interested, just go through that. That's a simple thing, just like saying choose data extension or list. There's a difference, so that I'll share with you. Not of too much importance for you, considering from where you are coming and what I've known historically from week one. Not too much of importance, but yeah, this is calendar, and since I was supposed to cover, I just wanted to cover it so that you are aware where all these left hand side campaigns and emails sit, so that you can view. If you want to have one single place where you can view that, so that is the place to do that. Okay, I'll just make a note to pass on that help link to you. Okay, so campaign. So just do one thing for me. Once you are done with today's training, just try and have a look for your real life campaign from your client. If you're working on a active client orgs, do you guys work on at the same time active client orgs, or you're on training for the whole time, or do you get to see that active client orgs?
We do manage on live clients.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so just try and have a look at their calendar. Just go over there on calendar and just have a look at their calendar. What is their plan? So you will get a glimpse of what all they're planning to do in the future. Okay, so the reason I gave you a corresponding example of Microsoft Outlook, wherein you get to see what your calendar is for the whole week or day or month, whatever the case may be. One place, kind of dashboard, you see what is all planned. And it comes again, stressing on that point, it comes in handy specifically if you are using multiple business unit, which is the real life scenario is, wherein you do want to see what other business units are doing, just to make sure you don't duplicate the process or effort, or save yourself some major embarrassment by not targeting the same kind of people or same thing. So that is the primary usage of calendars.
Mm-hmm.
There are two small things. If you click on this add campaign, as you are aware, comes over here on campaigns and add an event. Event is nothing but like what event do you want to do and do you want to associate a campaign with that. So these are a couple of pre-created campaigns, and just do that. You can select multi-day campaign as sorry events as well. If you click on over here campaigns, let me see how many campaigns are created. I think I created one. Yes. So if you create a campaign, basically campaign is an overarching cover of the activities that you are doing. So for example, let me just create one rather than, yeah. So description, whatever description you want to put, obviously colors, just to make sure it's visually different. Deployment, when you're trying to planning to deploy it. So let's say, for example, this campaign is about email campaign. Okay. So you want to, let's take a use case of the broadband, new broadband product introduced by that telecom giant in our case, use case. So for them, the campaign would be 3 months, as I said, 3 months the date is. So that campaign deployment date would be, let's say, after 3 months, like that. The time, who owns the campaign, code if you want to add, or tags for segregation. And once you create that, you get all this data. See, now once this campaign is created, you can add different things to the campaign. What all you can do as a part of campaign. Campaign is an overarching placeholder. Now, what all you can do in our case, let's say in the use case that you were using, broadband product to be launched, we wanted to have an email campaign. Email. Select that email, whatever email that you are planning to do. Let me select mine. I think this was okay. I think this was the correct one. So this is one of the emails that has been attached to this particular campaigns. Okay. So this is the primary usage of calendars. Inside calendars, you can create campaigns or you can view campaigns, how it is running. Campaigns is something I'm presuming you might be using it. No? Calendars, campaigns.
Yes, we work on the campaigns part, but calendar is fairly new because most of our clients do not have business units in them.
That would be strange actually. I don't know, for some reason I thought business unit would be a common occurrence, but it seems it's not. But yeah, campaigns. So campaigns you have created. Give me a good example of a campaign. So I just chose from my previous use case. Week 2 case study. What is one of the interesting campaigns that you have worked on? Campaign mean could be anything, but anything you would like to share your example, real life example?
Uh, I don't think we have any unique real life examples like, but we work on the normal ad hoc campaigns like the NFL week is going on in US, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
just created a campaign for that. We had a journey for Labor Day, and
Okay.
so yes, we also
Sorry, I was there on Labor Day in the US. I didn't get your email.
but you will not be subscribing my client list, right?
Yeah, understood. So basically, campaigns like, for example, one of the campaigns is Labor Day campaign, in
Yep.
which you probably send emails. It could be SMSs. Okay.
Yep. Hmm.
So that's what I wanted to cover about calendars and campaigns. Associate them with associate campaigns with a calendar or dates, so that you can give a full picture view. Okay. So now we come on to the big one, journey builder. What is journey builder? Anyone?
Basically, it's a path or it's a journey which you set for your customer, for a subscriber. The how he or she get the email from a beginning. It's a basically a journey how you set up for them. It depends.
Correct.
It varies about the clients and the subscribers.
Absolutely. Just make sure that whenever you talk, just only say subscribers,
Yeah,
not
sure.
customers. Subscriber is a more standard way of talking in marketing cloud lingo. Subscriber. So it's like understood. So customer can be anything. It's very generic word. So even if I'm guilty of doing that, point me out, because I also try and stress that we talk in only terms of contact, subscriber, and all those, this digital marketing lingo, so that it's understandable by the client when you're talking to that, and then also gives enough weight to you whenever you're conversing with anyone, that if you talk in that lingo, people know that you know the stuff that you're talking about. So try and use that subscriber and as I said, contact or journey, etc., etc. So correctly said. What Journey Builder is a canvas. It's a canvas wherein you draw your subscribers contact point with you. Okay, as simple as that. There could be many definitions out there to a canvas to create one-to-one personalized journey for your subscriber. It could be another way. So basically, Journey Builder is used in instances where you want to have one-to-one, what do you say, personalization with your particular subscriber, because it can change based on what you do. It can change based on the fact that you open an email. It can change based on the fact that you don't open an email. It can change on the fact that where you click and all those things. So it's very highly personalized, and you can do it in bulk. So you can use a data extension for, let's say, 100,000 people, and it will run. So it does that bulk, take that bulk subscriber and injects it in your journey, and everybody gets a taste of personalized dust, because based on the fact what you have done, it gives you a new type of experience. So if you have, for example, if you haven't opened an email, it gives you another email which you have defined earlier. If you have opened an email, it gives you another email type of email. So everybody has a different personalized journey. So that is the whole idea behind Journey Builder. One-to-one personalized service to your subscriber. Okay, there is a lot of discussions between the fact that in what cases shall we choose Automation Studio, or what we can use this one, Journey Builder. But Journey Builder is generally used if there are a lot of subscriber you want to do personalization. With Marketing Cloud, of course, you can do that, but primarily this tool is directed towards heavy lifting, huge data. You want to, for example, you want to send a birthday email to, let's say, 100 million, sorry, 100,000 subscribers. Use Automation Studio instead of this one, Journey Builder, because Automation Studio is made for heavy lifting, slicing and dicing of data, extracting the data from one place to other, and then doing some action onto it. One of the action is email, but this is more of subscriber centric data or activities. So that is what Journey Builder is. So try and have some differences. Okay, don't use either one of them interchangeably. See what the use case is, and then try and use that. Okay.
Yep.
Again, on the left hand side, these are all the folder structures. As a best practice, please create your folder structure and then create your journeys inside that. Always recommend the client do that. Create a folder structure, proper folder structure amongst your team, and then you basically start storing your journeys in that. Let me create two examples over here. Journey for template, journey from scratch. Let's start journey from scratch, and then I'll talk about journey from template. Okay, very important best practice, always put the nomenclature correctly. Journey Builder automatically takes a nomenclature over here, if you see. Okay, new journey, September, date, time. Do that, otherwise it automatically defaults to it. But it's a best practice. Use that as a nomenclature saying what you are trying to achieve. So let's say drip campaign, journey. Okay, now I'll leave it, click somewhere outside. So it saves. I'll just quickly save it. So I just wanted to show you. It will appear on all journeys. So I need to actually move it. These are all very other things that you can do, but I mean, just I'm trying to do it in front of you. These are all standard things for a folder structure to move and copy and paste and all those things. I'm presuming this thing should be okay with you guys. Yeah. Search journeys, tag them for categorization, filter them if you want to use in terms of draft, running, finish, stop. Either ways, tags are a good practice to create if you have so many journeys and you want to create. So for example, Labor Day journey, for example, Labor Day journey. So you have multiple journeys for Labor Day. You can use that as a tag to categorize what kind of journeys you're looking at. So those kind of facilities would be there. Then this is goal. We'll talk about it later. So goal is nothing but what do you want to achieve. And then of course you can search the journey from here. So let me, did it move? Actually it didn't, no? It should move actually. Yeah, it says it moved. Yes. Okay. So left hand side. Okay. We'll cover what all each one of them is. I'll describe each one of them for you, and then we'll do one or two examples, try and do one or two examples, and we'll see. I'll create a mock-up journey for you. What you need to do as of today's assignment is to make sure that those journeys run and show you the intended results. I've already created one for you. We'll create one right away in front of you and try and configure as much as possible. If the time permits, we'll try and run it. Okay, if not, then just use that example to run the journey from your side. Create it in your own org or folder structure, whatever it is, and try and run that journey. See the results from that journey. Data extensions. What is a data extension over here? Simply click and drag over here. It gets added. So this is your canvas. Remember, I told you it's a canvas to draw a subscriber touch points with your client. So this is a canvas. You can draw a lot of things on this canvas, hence the name canvas. So what is the use of each one of them? Data extensions. If you want to inject, let's say, those 100,000 subscribers I spoke about into the journey, if you have created a data extension for that, select this data extension over here, configure it. How do you configure it? Click over here, select that data extension. Very simple. Go to that particular data extension. See over here. Next part is, do you want to filter based on that? So you don't want all 100,000 of them this data extension to enter. You want some criteria as well added. So let's see that. If you click on edit. So just to give you a glimpse, it says contact data. So when I say contact data, what happens is this is coming from contact builder. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick example. Just give me a moment. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I'll just give you a quick glimpse of contact builder because I need to give you a bit of background, but don't get confused too much. Remember, we told about contact sitting on top, subscribers is there, then SMS subscribers are there, mobile subscribers. So I'll just trying to show you from where this is contact data is coming. Audience builder, contact builder. Come on, open up. Okay, in the meantime, so basically with the help of contact builder, what you can do is you can create relationships. So your data structure, you're setting up of data structure. So how many of you have done the data structure setup in contact builder or in marketing cloud, or it's already preset for you once you come in, or there is no data set relationship existing for you?
Normally, it is taken care at the client's end because they are the best judge of how they want their relationships to work, like how they want to
Okay.
relate field to another field, and we just work based on the data which they have given.
Okay, so again, another piece of advice: go and have a look at their contact builder module. Okay, for your clients one, see how it is configured. What I want you to do is go and have a look at this component which I wanted to show you. It's taking some time to load. So basically,
Yeah,
you are aware. Yeah.
I tried looking into the contact builder once, but but it had a huge load of data, and I just got confused, so I just closed it.
Okay, not to worry. This is the bespoke model that comes to the first screen, data designer. Basically, what you do in this data designer is you design the relationships. So in SQL or any real life enterprise structure, data structure, you have linkages between different tables. Okay, that linkages between different tables is actually being set up over here. So if you see, have I created? Yes. So I've created a relationship inside this. So what relationship does is, if you remember first time we had during discussing of data extensions, we had a couple of examples where you have one data extension with customer ID which holds his first name, last name, email, for example. Another data extension or a table with only his preferences. So for example, he likes to buy this product, or he has bought this product. So his behavioral data, his other attributes. So you can link both of them. So over here, if you see, this is the customer, which customer ID and his details, and this is the product details. So I've linked both of them. So with the help of this linkage, what I can do is I can traverse through this. It can go multiple folds. So I can traverse through and get the data from that. So for this customer, what is the product name that you have purchased? So I can get this data with the help of this customer ID, because customer ID is mapped over here to product ID in this case. So this is the basic use of this data extension. So now coming back to our topic, this is the contact data that we are talking about, not the subscriber data, contact data. These are all set up in the system as well. So it's a system default setup. If you see over here, come back. Yes, this model. This is what you see over here. This one, same thing. Okay, not for our concern, but just to let you know, so you should be aware of what is there around. Probably might not know in detail, but you should be aware, because you never know, it might help. So this is what I have created: test customer data. So if you see, these are the fields from that table that I can select, and I can put a filter on it. Now I can go inside test product data as well. See, I can, because these were related, I can get into that. So this is the kind of leverage it gives you if you define that data model in the beginning. Got the concept or got confused? I had no intention of talking about it, but it came, so I thought you should be aware of what it is. Yeah.
Yep, we got the concept.
Okay. So now let's say, for example, we were talking about insertion of data extension, filter contacts. What do you want to do? Let's say you want to put a filter criteria. What happens? Yes. Or double click. Okay. So these are all the operations. So for example, that you can do with a filter: is null, is not null, is after, is before. So for example, you want to send this email, or this, sorry, filter the contacts in which date of birth for them is, let's say, before date this one. Just give an example, random one. Okay, and then done. Got the concept of it? And then to make it more complex, now you can do ANDing and ORing as well between these filter conditions. So let's say we chose this condition, email. So email, for example, is equal to test@gmail.com. Okay, done. Now you can do ANDing. Double click, it becomes OR. So you can do that complex permutation and combination of filters. So if date of birth is before this, if email ID is this, if the name contains the word this, then do that like that. Then allow that contact to enter into the journey. So that is the idea behind filter contacts. Contacts means the main contact, not the subscriber. Contacts. Okay. So this is the condition that was created. Date of birth is before this one, emails equals this one. ORing, it's the ORing thing. Everybody is aware of ORing and ANDing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this was about data extensions. See, this is what we have configured. We can schedule it as well. We can schedule it to run once, recurring, or automation. So this we'll talk about later, but run once. Let's say run once. We'll select this option. What it says, journey runs on activation. So on activation at a specific day and time. Both the options are there. So you want to run this journey, what time? Right now, as soon as it is activated from this button over here, or you want to run it at a specific time. So for example, on Labor Day in the morning, at least not in the morning, but yeah, early morning, 7, 8, something like that. So you can schedule it over here. Okay. So I'll click on summary, for example, done. Okay. So this is the first part of data extension which has been configured. I'll delete it for now so that I can show the other ones. Okay. API change event. This is something more technical. We won't talk about it, API, because something, if there is an API change or API trigger, then only it works. So if that is something integration between various systems with Marketing Cloud, in that case, this should be utilized. So not of our scope. Cloud pages and Salesforce data. Salesforce, since you don't get integrated with Salesforce, this is utilized for if you have Salesforce connected, Salesforce CRM, not Salesforce Marketing Cloud. If you have connected Salesforce CRM with this, then any changes on Salesforce side will trigger something on this journey. So that is the use case for Salesforce data. Let's talk about cloud pages. Has anybody created a cloud page, anything of that sort on cloud pages? This is the cloud page option over here. Kidhar gaya? Yes, Web Studio, cloud pages. Has anybody done that? Cloud pages?
Yes, couple of has done it.
Okay, great. So we'll see how what all configuration goes into this. Even I haven't used it for some time now, because generally we use data extensions, to be honest. Okay. Anyone aware what is smart capture form?
I think it's basically an opt-in form.
No. So you can use it as an opt-in form. So basically it's a form. Okay. You can do whatever you want with that form. So basically, and the best part is the data directly gets stored in the selected data extension. So it's basically out of the box way of creating a form. The form could be a landing page, the form could be just collecting your data, survey, whatever is there. But the data automatically gets stored into that data extension. So for example, you're collecting first name, last name, gender, and date of birth, for example, from a subscriber. It gets directly captured into a particular data extension that you pointed to. So that is a smart capture form. Basically, it captures the data and sends it to the data extension. That is a smart capture form, nothing else. It's a form. Right now, there's none created over here. So if I would have selected, let's see, yeah, let me just quickly possible, I can show you. So what I'm doing, basically I'm creating a landing page right now on which I'll use a smart capture form. Just creating a basic structure. We'll cover that in detail once we come to our cloud pages. So right now I'm not, as I said, I'm not going into the details, but we'll talk about it in detail later on, but I'm just showing it for your demo purposes.
Pankaj, the smart capture form only works on the custom blocks or in the inbuilt blocks, or will custom HTML work over here as well?
Good question. So there was one of the use cases where we actually utilized this smart capture form, and we did a bunch of coding to make the form look good, but it was actually failing. So the recommended practice in this case is try and get the code, create a smart capture form over here in this page, and then get the code or whatever template you have and configure it over here in the system. Okay, so what I was saying was one of the use cases that I had seen in the past was if you use a smart capture form and you do that coding outside and get everything in copy paste, the chances are it might not work 100% of the time. Okay, so the best practice would be in this case is create this smart capture form over here in this content block, and then add your whatever scripting or HTML code. Basically you do HTML code, so all those beautifying HTML code you add it onto that. Okay, so you do it over here in this rather than doing it outside and copy pasting it. Okay, so see a simple, I've selected a data extension, 3 things come. I'll just save it. I just hope it reflects on the journey builder, because sometimes it doesn't, at least instantaneously. So what has happened is I've just created that form. I've hosted it on this public URL as well. So if you click this public URL from anywhere in the world, you'll get to see this page outputted. So it will take a couple of minutes to reflect. So that's a smart capture form. I need to put the come on. Okay, let's see if it is reflecting in journey builder now. I hope it does, because sometimes it takes a couple of minutes to actually reflect. Yeah, great. So see, this is even in this event entry source, this was the one that I created over there. This was the name. So it's getting reflected over here. So this is another form of event entry. So we call it entry sources. So it is called of event type, event entry sources of event type. That is what how we call it. This is entry event source of data extension type. So this is for cloud pages. So this is another second one that we spoke about, entry event. Okay, got it. We'll move on.
Yep. Pankaj, one thing, can we use two entry source in this
Now,
simultaneously?
now,
Only one?
yep. Okay. What else was left? We'll come to that API thing now. API event. Okay. Okay. I was just checking just in case. Same process follows over here as well. So I'm not filtering anything right now. Okay. So now, if you want to make any contact enter, remember the contact, it's not subscriber anymore. Any contact enter the data, use this API event key, which is generated over here for this particular option in order to trigger this journey. So that happens technically in the background. So what happens is basically if you are, for example, you are calling this system marketing cloud from externally, from external system, you need to call this event definition key, use this event definition key to call this, what do you say, journey event entry source of type API. So that is what is the use case. So for example, if you want to let's say trigger a journey from a SQL system which is holding some kind of data, for example, so you push that data into FTP comes into this data extension. Then what do? You want to trigger that journey from externally from the system. You can use this key to do that, trigger that. So that is the typical use case of this type, event entry of API type. Has anybody by any chance done that, thought of it? Because this is something which is more of a development perspective. scenario when you are integrating two different systems. One is being marketing cloud, other is other one, whichever the case may be. So anybody worked on this kind of scenario?
No, we have not explicitly worked on the API trigger scenario.
Okay, chances are, to be honest, you won't be, but yeah, you should be aware. So that's okay. What else is left? Okay, event. Okay, so you want to run this based on certain events. So for example, one of the events is you want to hear some, you want to trigger based on some contact date. Like for example, a good case is your birthday, anniversary, all these kind of things. So it keeps on hearing, and whenever there is a birthday, for example, it's today, it sends the email, triggers that. So that is what the event is. So let's do that. Scheduler, it is getting retired, so let's not talk about it even. Okay, this is getting retired, so I'm not too much into this now. Okay, there is our data over here. So see, so this is the configuration. So date, it shows date of birth. So contact entry, date of birth. You want to do it on date of birth, it could be before, like this. So you can choose it to be on date of birth, just before date of birth. Let's say in some cases you want to do it afterwards. All these kind of settings along with the time and your CST time. So remember one thing, everything is CST over here unless you make a change specifically. So everything is CST. So anybody works in CST time zone? EST?
Yep, we all are working in EST, CST, PST, everything.
Everyone, okay, across. I actually I hate PST, to be honest. EST is best because your day starts early, so I find it better. EST. Okay, we'll go to next. If you want to again put a filter, again based on that criteria, if you want to filter, put the filter again like we discussed. Again, something like date of birth is less than equal to or equal to whatever. Probably a bad example because we were doing date of birth. So let's say product ID. Product ID equals something absolute. Done. Let's put a value. Okay. So this is the summary of what all you have done. So this is the data extension, date of birth attribute. Okay. One more thing I should actually talk about. Yeah, re-entry. This is another important thing. Okay. So if you are using it for date of birth, of course, you want entry on a yearly basis. You don't want to send birthday emailers every year. But if the use case being different, you can select monthly or only run once. So depending on the use case, you can do that. Okay. That is what I wanted to come back to this because I missed talking about, but I saw it in the summary. So date of birth, and this is the time and everything on which it will run. So done. So this is the configuration for entry event type. So basically you're hearing or listening to the particular event which might happen today, tomorrow, whatever, like date of birth, anniversary, office, first year anniversary completion in the office, like that. Okay, typical use cases. Now let me just choose, for the demo purposes, I'll use a simple data extension and then move forward to the next activities. By the way, what I didn't ask was how about week one's assignments? So week two we spoke about in terms of use case. How about the week one assignments? Because week two was kind of something overarching to whatever you have done in week one. So everybody was able to do all the activities that I spoke about on week one, like A and B, email templates, email studio, all those things we spoke about.
Yes, yes.
So I'll take your word as yes, you're right. Accepted.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is the event data extension of event entry source. Okay. Now activities. Okay, so what all activities can be done? We'll be right now we'll be talking about emails, but we'll be coming to SMSs and in push notifications because there is a section for mobile studio, whereas discussing mobile studio next week. So once we talk about it, we will quickly check back on that of all these configurations because you might not get it today. But since we have completed email studio, we'll talk about primarily email stuff. By the way, talking about email studio, do you guys work on email studio? Sorry, social, what am I saying? Mobile studio?
No, we have not worked on mobile studio.
Okay. To be honest, the use cases are less. People these days use more of email studio. I mean, in general, of course, mobile studio is there. I'm just making a note of it so that I don't forget. So email, as a best practice, whenever you select an email, put a wait time. This is a wait time symbol, so it will wait for 1 day. Okay, always put couple of days gap. Never do anything just after email, do something. No, always as a best practice, put 2 days, 3 days as a wait time. Okay, the reason being, any guesses?
The journey builder can have enough time to collect the metrics.
Correct. So, simple example. So you want to so let's say you say next step is you want to say engagement, whether he has opened it or not. So till when it should look? It won't start looking from just as soon as the email has been sent. It takes some time for people to actually view it. Some people see it on the next day. So you should have some time given as a wait activity after every email as a best practice. Use that. Never forget. So select message. So this is about email message configuration, which we have covered. So I'll try and go a bit quicker. Come on. You can create a message from here itself. I think earlier, some time back, it was not available. So they have just recently introduced this create a message from here itself, which is nothing but same thing. Okay. Internal practice, I'll use that one, which the one that you have created is more bankable. Okay. So this is the email. What else? Message configuration. These are the other configurations. Remember that we spoke about sender profile. What will be the sender profile from which it seems who has sent the email? Do you want it this one, this one? That can be. So all these are admin parts, but just reminding you what kind of profiles it should be there. Profile is automatically created by the system once is default they have used over here. So these are all configurations that is already for you preset by the admin or the client. Subject, pre-header, of course, nothing to talk about. Delivery options. So this is all publication list, separation list, all this kind of things that are there. You can configure some advanced options. Message priority, of course, add a keyword. If a commercial email, you shouldn't actually make it priority is high if it is a commercial email. But anyways, let's say you do that. So this is the message with email I've selected, configuration, delivery options, and some of the advanced options if you are available, if they are available to you. So this is what I've configured for that email. Okay, done.
Pankaj, can you just give an overview of how the message priority will work?
Okay, so message priority is something, if you remember, we touched base upon while setting it as commercial and transactional. Remember? And there was an option to set it as if it is a commercial type of email, okay, you can actually set it as low, medium, or high. But then as a practice, commercial should be a bit low because you don't want commercial emails to be on high priority and send instantaneously. But if it is a transactional emails needs to be sent as soon as the customer does a operation. So for example, user's password update. If you have done a password update, an email should be sent to him instantaneously. So that defines the priority. That's how the priority should be used in. So in this case, if the email is of type commercial, you should actually not put it as high as a practice. Nobody technically is stopping you, but do not do that. Okay. So that is what the
Okay.
priority is and the reason it's used for. Okay, I'm not sure why this icon is not coming. See, there's supposed to be some icon over here, the email kind of icon. For some reason, I don't know, they've changed something. Oh, strange. I don't see that. Yeah, that is the smart capture form. Remember, it was published to the web now. So if anybody clicks on this link, he'll see this page. You guys as well. So I enter these details and submit. That is a smart capture functionality. It goes into a data extension directly into my data extensions. So basically, I'm collecting a data from the customer. It could be opt-in as well if you want. Okay, coming back to our bread and butter, journey builder. So okay, we had already configured that. Okay, over here. So before creating a journey, all the content should be already ready with you, whether it's an email, in mobile studio, mobile SMSs and everything. All the content should be already pre-created and ready for you. So the journey is place where you actually attach everything together and make it as a big picture for your subscriber. Okay, so emails and everything before starting, make sure it's ready for you to use. So email, you can name it, of course. Let's say a general convention is, for example, first email, like that, or email 1A. I'll tell you why it is 1A. This is one of the conventions that we use. So this is the first email that goes to the customer. So for example, if there is a engagement split later on added, it's so two emails path will be created. So in that case, we'll write 2B and 2A and 2B, like that. So that's the convention generally people follow while creating those emails. Otherwise, it will be very confusing if it is a huge journey. Imagine journeys can go very big, very deep. Okay, so that is a convention you should use in order to identify it. Okay, let's say we'll put it for our testing purposes. Of course, you have to put it minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, so that you can see the results flowing in this direction. But as a practice, as I said, not at least 2 to 3 days minimum. It should be the wait time. Let's say it does that. You can put absolute time as well, as it there's an option over here. If you see, you can put absolute time. Okay, till this date wait, not the 3 days. And remember, 3 days till that from the time email has been sent. Okay, that is that the time begins. Just remember that there could be a lot of activities between these two. Right now not the case, but there could be a lot of activities between here email and this data extension. So the time starts from this one as soon as the email is sent, and then it waits for 3 days and then does whatever activity you configure after that. Just remember that it's not absolute that whenever the contact enters starts from that 3 days. No, it depends. If there are a lot of activities, then it starts after this. Just remember that. Okay, email. So email was simple. What else? Emails we have done. Rest all we said we'll cover while email studio. Oh, sorry, mobile studio as well as line, and everything is different. Even I haven't used line. Line everybody knows.
Oh, no.
Line is a messenger. Line is a WhatsApp like messenger. Okay. I'm also writing down to send you best practices document for Journey Builder, because you are using it day in and out. So I'll make a point so that I can share that document. So one of the things that I spoke about, for example, only use wait times, and after every email send attach a wait time for at least 2 to 3 days. So one of the best practice. Naming conventions, folder structures, all those things. Okay, so that is one of the best practices. So I thought I'll share it with you. So
Yes.
this is about this. I've noted the pounds. I'll share it across with you so that you can detail it. But if you do a simple Google search, you'll do that. Okay, these are the other activities. Which all have you used? Which all?
We have used the wait by duration, wait until date, the random split, the decision split.
Okay,
Like
so
some of us have used, but everyone does not have the idea of how this would work.
okay, so the common ones that are used is decision split, engagement split. So this one, let's do that right away. Okay, decision split. What is a decision split? Decision split is based on certain factor, business rule. Your journey will change for that particular customer. Sorry, not customer, subscriber. Even I'm guilty of saying that. A particular contact or subscriber. Okay, so and what could be the decision split? Decision split could be the business rules. So for example, if the contacts, one of the business rules could be if the contact was born before this date, choose this path. If beyond this date, choose this path. I'm just giving you a option. See, path 1 reminder, you can add path 2, could be path 3. So let's go and edit first one. Okay, now see the difference over here. One is contact data, other is journey data. Any idea what is journey data? What is the difference between the two? Okay, so this is conceptual, so just try and understand that. Mostly you will be using, to be honest, I don't know, you might be using the other one as well. But contact data, what is contact data? Contact data remains absolute. Contact data is the one that you used in the beginning. It doesn't changes during the course of journey. Okay, but journey data is a subset of that data which changes during the journey. So for example, if you have let's say what can be a good example of journey data, any engagement that has happened due to which something has changed. So for example, you clicked on some email and the data, for example, was supposed to be stored in a data extension, for example. So basically the value of that attribute has changed during the journey, but contact data, that attribute will be what it was there in the beginning. So basically contact data never changes during the course of journey data does. So that is the difference between the two. Okay, I am presuming if you have used decision split, you might be using contact data. Any okay, journey data can also be used, but I mean if you are sticking to contact data, stick to that. It could be confusing, but that's the difference for your information purpose. Journey data and contact data.
So you will also be giving a use case of a journey data example as well, right?
Yes, so I'm just noting it down, journey data use case, that you are aware why it is used. Yeah, yep, note it down. Okay, let's go for contact data, which we know. Where is our, okay, this is our attribute group. Same thing. So this is nothing as what we are doing in filters technically. Okay, I'm just doing something random over here, by the way, but this is technically the same thing, filters that you are doing, ending, oring, whatever you want to do. So what it says is if date of birth is equal, let's say I'll use a better one, uh, less than Where is less than? What's before? If date is before 9th this of this so non-September, 2nd of September, 9th nahi hai. It's English, it's US. Yeah, I get a lot of confusions in that. Okay, if
Yeah,
date that if date of birth is before September 2nd, go to path 1. Same thing. If a date of September is greater than that, let's say, what is date of birth is equal to, let's say equal to, then go to this path. If where is date of birth? Yes. So if date of birth is after date, let's say 2nd, done. Summary. Oh, we forgot to update the reminder one. So let's delete this and use that in. Oops, I didn't get deleted. Delete. Yes, I'll use that in reminder. Okay, so if date of birth is before 2nd September, go to path 1. If date of birth is equal to 2nd September, if rest of the cases, remainder will take care of it. No need to configure. Just like A and B testing that was there. Rename it properly. Path 1, part 2, remainder. Okay, just make sure you rename it from here properly. So like for example, DOB before CPT 2nd, for example, like that. Always do it properly. Oops. Okay, so these are the 3 splits after proper nomenclature. Use all in the journeys, always use correct nomenclature, because if the journey becomes huge, it will be very difficult for anybody to actually test it, validate it, or recheck it if there is an issue in the journey, if the nomenclature and everything is not very clear. Okay, so this is decision split. Agreed? Any confusion in that? I'll take the silence as all good.
yes.
Okay, random split summary. By the way, just talking about Salesforce, I know you are a digital marketing agency which actually is more into multiple ESPs, Salesforce Marketing Cloud being one of them. I would also recommend try and get certified in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Okay, it's actually a valuable asset if that has been pitched to your customers. So if you speak to a customer, prospective customer or existing customer, and you tell that your team is, for example, certified in Marketing Cloud, this is applicable to any ESP, to be honest, Adobe or any MailChimp, for example, HubSpot that you're working on. So try and, as a recommendation, try and actually get certified, because it increases your value. And when the value gets combined, let's say out of team of 10, 3 people are certified, it becomes very easy for your company to pitch that to your customer, so that we have, while selling to your prospective customer, they tell you that we have team of 10 people. Imagine if the statement, I have team of 10 people who are expert in, let's say, Salesforce Marketing Cloud, versus saying that we have a team of experts of 10 people, out of which 5 people are certified. Imagine the weight each of the dialogue carries. Okay, there's no need to do A and B testing in this. It's clearly simple. So try and actually look forward to do some kind of certification in Marketing Cloud. I'm biased towards Salesforce, I would recommend Marketing Cloud, but for yourself, for the company, you can do what in whichever is actually company is providing more value with. For example, it could be MailChimp, HubSpot, I don't know, you are better judge. So try and get certified. But as a part of this, I would recommend you to get certified. Check with your team members or leads or managers. If that is an option, you should do that. It will help your company a lot, because it carries a lot of weight, these certifications in the market. So try and do that. Okay, so random split. Random split, as the name suggests, it will do some splitting based on its own mind, whatever it feels like. So as a contact disease activity, select paths are populated randomly. So there is no, what do you say? I'm not getting that exact phrase. No madness to. I'm not getting that phrase, but anyways, it's random. Okay, got the point. Just trying to put it beautifully, but it's random. So you can change that. How many contacts goes in which path, which other path? Let's say 90, 10. Okay, you can add multiple paths as well if you want, more than one. Yeah, just like decision split is just, it's random in nature. In decision split, you have to configure it, which path will be taken based on certain logic. Over here, you leave it to the system. Any good use case for this?
Any use case?
Good use case for random split.
So what's warming up we use for, like, if you want to send some half of the clients first, or
What is that
some
term you used?
IP warming.
Yes, good one. So you're aware of IP warming? You guys do that?
Yes, we do.
Yes, that's great. So if you are doing IP warming, that means you are starting the system for them. So that means you are involved in the beginning of the system initiation implementation. So FYI, and that's a good example. IP warming, correct. So for those of you who are not aware of IP warming is a concept with the help of which you increase the reputation of your IP. The IP, that dedicated IP that the client has bought for you, it is utilized to send emails. Now the emails outside the world email servers don't recognize your IP because nothing has been sent out from that. So whenever the email comes from your IP, they look at it with this eye of suspicion, that is it spam, is it not spam, like that. So this helps you building that reputation that the servers outside the world see emails coming from originating from the IP that you have built is credible. So that is IP warming. So basically you warm the IP, you warm the machine in order, so you warm the motorbike or scooty in the morning, no, on cold days. That is what IP warming. So make sure it's warm, it's good enough to work on. So that is a good example for random split, that you're not sure, you just want to do that. So do you have any template or something to do random, IP warming?
Yeah, we have actually. We have done in previous, in past.
That's okay. Just checking in case you require something. We have a template wherein you can do it. So I mean, I'm assuming you're doing it this way, that Gmail, Hotmail. Let's say you're sending 10% email to Gmail, 20% to Hotmail, for example, Yahoo, like that. All different server providers in the US scenario. Assuming, correct?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, moving on. So this is about random split. What is the third one? Engagement split. What is engagement split? Engagement split is how engaged the customer is based on the previous email that you had sent to him or her. Did I say customer? No, subscriber. So the reason being, I want to spend more time on journey builder and automation because this is your bread and butter. You'll be doing it in and out a lot. Oh dear, I didn't save it. Yeah. Anyways, engagement. But prior to that, yes, I need to put an email. See this icon I was talking about. It was not coming last time. See, it was looking very odd to me. So I was like, why it's not coming? Engagement split. Oops, I need to select the message to monitor. So what is engagement split? In the meantime, I'm doing that configuration. Somebody can give me a brief. Somebody who hasn't spoken.
Yeah.
Engagement split is basically how the subscriber is engaging with our email, like if he has opened the email or not opened, clicked or not clicked.
So basically, engagement. Engagement is how engaged, how is he opening my email or not, and all those things. So based on engagement, if he opens, do something. If he doesn't open, do something else. If he clicks, do something else. If he doesn't click, do something else. That kind of journeys can be set with the help of engagement, and it is used widely. So these are a couple of the reason I'm started with these ones. These are widely used across the industries. Very common use cases these guys have. So I need not to speak about engagement splits use case. I'll select a message. So this was the message to monitor. Okay, they want to track based on open, clicks. These are the clicks that are there as a part of this. It provides you a list, or bounces. Okay, there are two types of bounce: hard bounce, soft bounce. Any difference? Anyone?
So hard bounce are the permanent bounce basically, which are wrong email ID, which are having wrong email addresses are sort of things. And soft bounce are sometimes subscribers have their inbox filled, so they might not receive the email at that time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Or could be soft bounce, could be like the email service is full, or
Yep.
it's down for some time. It will again try and pull, send that. So that is hard and soft bounce. That is one of the categories. I think with digital marketing you would be aware of that, but thought I'll just check. Bounce. So as it says, this is the guidelines. Use 72 hours. That means 3 days of wait time. Okay, which I was talking about. So now bounce email, put the name correctly, and we chose bounce. Okay, let me choose the other one because it's easier to actually demonstrate. If somebody opens the email, okay, if they open the email, go to this path. If they don't open the email, go to this path. Okay, what would be the classic use case of this? Is just a simple one. It is very common as well. As I said,
Welcome.
classic.
Welcome email.
Yeah, so basically you want, correct, you want to create multiple, you want to send multiple drip, sorry, not multiple, drip campaigns. Drip campaigns is something like drip, drop by drop. You send emails step by step, not at once. So basically welcome email, send first customer the first email. Based on that, did he open it or not? If he has opened it, for example, yes, Then you send something which is better. For example, coupon code. Since you are our esteemed customer, welcome to our family. This is the coupon code you can use for our purchase. It will give you 5% off, something like that, to entice the customer. If he hasn't opened it, you can send a different email saying that, okay, I'll add these emails as well. So you can add those emails. This email will say, okay, take this coupon code since you have opened it. Welcome to our family. Take this coupon code for our next purchase. It will give you 5% off, for example. This one will might say that since you haven't opened it, so they'll send you another email which, I don't know, with a proper subject line, change subject line, so that you notice it. For example, this is, and you can do multiple levels of it. If he after that it doesn't open it again, had that this split activity, engagement split again over here, and then based on that, second time if he opens it, okay, second time doesn't open, again do some other activity. So this is the use case of engagement split. Understood? And I'm pretty sure you would be doing it in your day-to-day activities, correct?
Yep.
Yes. So this, I mean, use case wise is pretty simple and used most of the times. Okay. I also wanted to check about wait by duration, wait by attributes, wait by date. Okay, let's do that quickly. Let me cover all three of them. Okay. Same thing, isn't it? Did I was, oh yeah. Okay. So which is wait by duration. Okay. Same thing, just like wait by duration, number of days, or you want to have a absolute time on which it should wait. Wait by attribute. Now this is a bit different. Attribute. Let's see. Contact data. This is our attribute group. Okay. See, what it has done is it's saying that 1 day after date of birth, wait interval, whatever date of birth is stored in that contact data. So the date of birth is, for example, 2nd of September. So it has to wait 1 day after that. So it's not absolute number that wait till tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It's saying based on the data in the, it's so dynamic in nature, basically. Understood? And this could be one of the use case that wait for his email birthday and send the email, let's say 12 o'clock on that night or after that or before that. So this could be one of the use cases for wait by attribute. Any other use case that you can think of? You might have used it since you mentioned in the beginning you used it.
I
Okay.
I think वो उसमें हो सकता है ना मेरे ख्याल से हमने कार्ट में एक चीज डाल के रखी है पर अमेंडेड ओके सो इसमें कैसे how we can
Abundant card might be the case.
How do you set this logic? Abundant cart mein? So you're
if you-
saying tell
I'm
me.
online purchase and I kept it into the cart. So an online store is sending an email to me that saying that you have this item into cart, kindly complete your purchase.
No,
And
that is static. No, that would be static. No, so if you have your, so that information you will get that, for example, these customers are in the cart, for example, that you will get into your data extension, and you can simply insert them and create this card journey, kaun si card, abandoned card journey. That is a static one use case.
yes.
Until and unless you want to do some dynamic thing on it. For example, you get the data in that data extension. These are the people who have actually been added in, abandoned their cart today, for example, and you keep on checking after 5 days from this day. If they are still in cart, abandoned cart, then send an email. Understood?
Yes, Pankaj.
Yeah, so that is basically saying dynamic. You don't know the absolute date, but you are trying to get that date in one of the variables, and based on that you're making a decision. So that is the use case where it can wait until that wait by attribute. I've actually opened wait until date, which is specific date. You want to wait till that date, nothing different in this. Wait until date. Yes, wait until duration, wait until date, wait until attributes. So we have covered all of this. So what is join? Join is, as the name suggests, so like this example, I've done this segregation. Okay, now if I use join, I can drag it to here. That is what is happening. See, I heard that, and it's right.
इसको join करने office एक split है.
So you can leave it in this case. To be honest, agar is journey mein, if you look into this, you can see, you can exit the journey like this. Nobody's stopping you. But if you use a join, it's a better way of doing it. Okay, so you basically make sure all the steps come into one place at the end. Okay, like this. Of course, there is nothing to be done, but this looks a better journey instead of opening 3 holes or 3 different paths. Got it?
Yep.
So that's the use of join. You can keep it open as well, but then this makes sense if you use it like this, and it's not getting deleted. But there won't be any one day wait. But yeah, so this is the basically use of join. You should use join. You shouldn't leave all the paths or threads hanging around. Okay. Have a nice day. Bye bye.